Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we are going to be taking the Monstermax out to the lake map, and we're going to be doing a little bit of ocean testing. Now, after we did some ocean testing in Amandra with the monstrosity, a lot of you guys asked me to bring the Monstermax out here because the only floating that I've done with this truck is on the summer testing grounds in the sort of little pond that they have on that map. So this time we're actually going to take it out to some like legitimate open water, or at least this game's biggest equivalent of legitimate open water, and we're going to see what we can do. And honestly, I feel like it'll do a pretty dang good job, although I've never ever floated this truck in water anywhere near this deep. So we'll see what happens. Now, we are going to be taking it there on its transport setup, and then obviously once we get there, we'll throw the other wheels and tires on it. So let's go ahead and get it up on the trailer so we can pack it. Yes! That's got it. All right, I'll put it right about there. That's fine. That's good enough. That's close enough. All right, let's get it into a forward gear and shut it down and swap back into our tow rig for the day, the Western Star 49X, and pack it, fire this thing up, and we'll get the ramps up off the ground. Now, the ramps, normally the thing is, they only work when the truck is running, and I feel like for a lot of these rigs, you could put those ramps up by hand. I feel like it would actually be more realistic if they let you mess with those while the engine was off. But as you can see, our precious cargo is on the back of the truck and good to go. And now we have to take it to its launching zone. So let's not completely drive off the entire road. Yeah, let's try to avoid that scenario. At least try as best we can. Now, we're going to go to a similar location that we did with the other truck, the Monstrosity, but I don't think just taking it right to the port is the best idea. I think that taking it actually down this way, because where I want to take it is way out here to this other ship, and the goal is to float it from here all the way over to the sub base. If I can do that, I will consider this successful. So we're going to have to go ahead and actually make a right up here, and then we're going to have to make a right, make a left, and then another left, and that'll get us sort of where we need to be. So, you good back there, bud? I hope so. Me and Beans are good up here. Right, buddy? Decided to go ahead and back up just a bit so I can make this turn a little bit tighter. Still doing fine back there. Just wanted to be aware of the type of cargo I'm hauling, you know? Not that he would care if it got destroyed, but, you know, I'm trying to actually keep it on the trailer until we get there. Nearly there. Alright, so we've got our shipwreck up there. We're actually going to back this thing in. And, well, if I can kind of orient the truck in such a way to do that, that would be best. So let's see. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull this thing up here, and then we're going to back it in down towards the shipwreck, and then from there, we'll go ahead and get the big tire setup fitted. First thing we're going to need to do is get it turned around and get it to go in the direction we want it to go. There we go. Back it up, nice and easy. Bring it forward one more time, and then we should be a-okay to just back it up from there. We're going to bounce up that rock a little bit, but it's not going to cause us any damage, so it's a-okay. Alright, so we're good there. And I'm going to go ahead and set the brake. We'll get those ramps down. We will unpack the Monstermax. We'll go ahead and shut that thing down, and we'll pull it off the trailer. And go ahead and swap over to it real quick. Fire it up. Pull it off the trailer nice and easy. All right, not bad. And now, let's go ahead and get those proper double dually monster truck tires fitted, and then we'll head into the water. So as you guys can see, the big tires are now fitted, and one of the biggest things that we have to remember is that even though this variant of the truck floats, we can't necessarily float it against the current. Like, we can, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to drive it up this way and then attempt to float it with the current and basically hope and pray that the current pushes me where I want to go. You're kind of at the mercy of the current with this setup, and Frog did say he was working on a fix for that, and he did say he was working on an update for that, so unfortunately that's just kind of the way it is right now, and I believe that that's got something to do with the weight of the vehicle and the mass of the vehicle, and the way the coding has to work in order to get it to actually float in the first place, because vehicles were never meant to float in this game, so you're dealing with, like, wacky workarounds anyway, and then when you make it even more wacky with, like, you know, double the amount of wheels the truck would normally have and, like, all this crazy stuff, you do run into some, you know, iffy weirdness, like, for example, the fact that it just won't go against the current. But hopefully Frog figures out a fix for that in the future. And right now, I'm trying to figure out where would be the best spot to actually start diving into the water. So, trying not to beat up the suspension too much before we get there, because I feel like we're going to need some semblance of a suspension in order to actually make this challenge work. But this part is quite terrifying to me, because I don't know if we're going to be able to get this beast around these rocks. Well, maybe we can. Hey, yeah, maybe we can. All right, now, let me see. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's the right place to go for a safety winch. I almost flipped the thing right there. Not gonna lie, like, my heart, like, dropped for a second. I was like, no! And then it's like, okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're good. All right, just a little bit more of a ways to go, and then we can properly throw this thing out into the water. This part stinks because of how wide it is. Oh, we are so wide. So thick. So insanely thick. The level of thickness going on right now is a little bit off the charts, not gonna lie. All right, about to get to where we can actually try to float this thing. Let's see what you can do, bud. And let's see if you can go with the current. Will it make it? I mean, I'm sure it'll make it in terms of, like, will it stay on top of the water until we get there? Absolutely it will. But will it go with the current? I mean, the right way? I don't know if it'll be able to fight the current enough to get where we're actually trying to go. I'm trying to get to the sub base. But, all right, let's go. Show me what you can do. Come on. Okay, so it sinks at first, and then it comes back up. And now begins the... Oh, God, my windows are, like, frozen over pretty much. Yes. Hello there. All right. Okay, so they're starting to, like, the water is starting to drain off of my windows now, but they're all, like, tinted as heck, so it's not really going to matter. All right, so we're in the water now, and as you can see, the current is pushing us, but, I mean, eventually we will make it. I'm trying to think. Will we make it into that waterway? No, absolutely not. Will we make it to the edge on the, like, will we make it to the ice on the edge of the waterway? I'm sure we will, and that'll be just fine. The only thing is, I don't know if we can drive out. But you know what I love about this? It's literally Monstermax, Battleship, Monstermax, Battleship. And, like, we're literally in the ocean right now. Like, we are straight up, like, we are crossing the ocean with Monstermax in SnowRunner. I don't know if I ever thought that I would be able to do what I'm doing right now in this game, but the fact that we can do it is... I'm going to reset the afternoon real quick, but, like, oh my god. The fact that we can do it is absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this. Look at this. That's so wild. That is so insanely wild. I mean, and you know that this thing's tires aren't even close to touching the bottom of the water. And what was interesting about that as well is the fact that when we did the monstrosity video, a lot of people were like, well, it's not really floating because the tires are actually on the ground, you know, all the way at the base of the water. This, we know for a fact that those are not on the water. This is like a legit floaty boy. I mean, it's being the floaty boy it always wanted to be, I suppose. Oh my god. If you feather the throttle, you can get it to roll coal like mad, too. But, at this point, we can genuinely say that a truck has floated all the way across, basically the waterways of, like, well, the lake map. And the thing is, I hesitate to call it a lake. It's more of a... There's 3 battleships in it. It's more of an ocean than a lake. We're almost there. Then again, we don't yet know if we can drive up the ice on the edge. I have no idea if driving up that ice is actually going to be something that's workable, or if it's just going to be like, you know, don't do it. You know what I mean? Because if it's something where it's like, don't do it, then I'm just going to be like, well, we should probably, like, you know, not try to get up the ice. Now, if it can get up the ice, which it probably can. I don't know if it can, but it probably can. I mean, I'm down to try it, but if not, we might have to find a better exit. I'll see. Now, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have any suggestions at all for any crazy challenges. Even if you think they're too wild or off the wall or crazy, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, we are starting to get close to the edge now, and with the way this truck grips, I have a feeling that we will be able to actually make it up the edge. Now, as you can see, the current has pushed us a little bit further from where we started, but, like, you know, a little bit further to the left than where we started, but not as far as I thought it was going to. Definitely not as far as I thought it was going to. So I think the next step for this mod is going to be for Frog to try to figure out how to get that extra propulsion in the water, because while it can float, it literally only floats wherever the tide takes it. So you're dealing with something that, like, you're kind of just at the mercy of whatever body of water you're in, whereas, you know, I want a little bit more control, and I'm sure a lot of people would like that as well. I'd like to be able to control where we're going. I'd like to be able to go against the current. I'd like to be able to actually go at some speed, and so that, I think, is definitely, hopefully, what would be up next for this particular setup. So let's go ahead and just ease it on down. And hope and pray that we can drive up this edge. And also hope and pray that those freaking ice chunks don't explode, because they sometimes do. Oh my god. Come on. Come on! You gonna do this? No, don't do this to me! Oh, no! We're back in the water again. Oh, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad. If I can get the front axle to just kind of, like, follow that train of going up the side, that would be optimal. The only problem is, when I do that, the rear steer comes back to bite me. Oh, this might be the spot. This might be the spot, boys! Let's go! Come on! Oh, no. Oh, God. There we go. Work that four-wheel steering. There it is! Yes! Yes! Oh my god, we just drove a truck all the way across literally all the way across the deepest body of water. What I believe is the deepest body of water in the game. That is freaking incredible, and I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that we have a mod that can do that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts on the videos in the comment section down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.